I really need to vent about the absolute state of job boards in 2026. It's actually hilarious when you think about it. You find a posting for a high level professional, someone who's tech savvy and has impeccable attention to detail. Then you click apply, and you're suddenly transported back to 2004. You're hit with a careers portal that looks like it was coded on a lunch break by someone who's never used a smartphone. It's the ultimate double standard. These companies demand absolute perfection from you, but they can't even provide a website that doesn't look like a total dumpster fire. They want a rockstar employee, but they're hosting their applications on a platform held together by digital duct tape. If I turned in a project as broken as their Apply Now page, I'd be laughed out of the industry. But when they do it, oh, it's just corporate standard. The real nightmare usually starts about 10 minutes in. I was actually applying for a web design role recently, which makes this 10 times worse. I was deep in the zone, filling out the experience section, and the site just blinked. No error message, no warning. The page just auto refreshed and dumped me back at the login screen. Every painstakingly typed bullet point, gone. Every custom response, wiped. The irony was physically painful. I'm sitting there, trying to prove I'm a master of user experience to a company whose own UX is literally gaslighting me. How are you going to hire someone to build world-class digital products when your own front door is falling off the hinges? It's a total slap in the face to your time. These companies are basically saying, hey, do our data entry for us, but also deal with our technical debt while you're at it. It's a glitchy gatekeeper that punishes you for their laziness. They have the budget for a Super Bowl ad, but they can't hire a developer to make sure the save button actually, saves. And don't even get me started on the supplemental questions. They don't want a simple yes or no. They want a 500-word mini thesis on your leadership philosophy. You're sitting there, pouring your professional soul into a text box that doesn't even have a spell checker, just praying the site doesn't refresh again. And the whole time, you're terrified to hit next because you know the site might just crash and eat your homework for the second time. Why am I writing a dissertation for a bot that's probably going to auto-reject me anyway? It's a total drain. You're giving them your intellectual labor for free through a medium that is fundamentally broken. It's an insane amount of effort for a job you have maybe a 1% chance of landing. It's not an application. It's a high-stakes writing prompt for a machine that can't even stay logged in for 20 minutes. The most frustrating part, though, is that the answers are already out there. Most of us have spent years building a portfolio, a GitHub, or a personal site that actually works. We have links that show in high definition exactly what we can do. But, of course, the form doesn't care about your work. It cares about its rows and columns. It forces you to take your polished professional identity and shred it into a million little text boxes that keep glitching out. They say they want visionaries, but they filter you through a system that treats you like a manual data entry clerk. It's a total disconnect. They want to see your spark, but they make you prove it through a 2005 era database that can't even handle a hyperlink without crashing. They're judging your future based on how well you can tolerate their past. And this is where the sunk cost kicks in. You've already spent 2 hours fighting the refresh loop. You've retyped your history 3 times because the site kept eating it. You feel like you have to finish, otherwise, that entire chunk of your life was just a waste. It's a hierarchy of wasted time. These companies know that the more difficult and broken the process is, the more committed the survivors will be. They're using their own technical incompetence as a filter for compliance. It's a massive drain on everyone. Thousands of people are wasting thousands of hours on broken forms for roles that were probably filled internally weeks ago. You get a session timed out screen, and they get a database full of your personal data for free. It's a one-way street where the applicant always loses. And the final bitter punchline, after you beat the glitches, survive the refreshes, and finally hit submit, you get nothing. Just an automated email from a do not reply address that probably went straight to your spam. So the ghosting is the ultimate proof that the whole thing is a sham. They have the tech to demand 5 essays from you, but they can't be bothered to set up a 5-second auto rejection. All that stress and manual data entry was just to feed a hungry, broken algorithm that doesn't even know you're a human being. You didn't lose out because you weren't good enough. You lost your afternoon to a company that expects the world from you but can't even build a website that stays upright. It's a joke, and we're the only ones not laughing. At the end of the day, if a company's front door is falling off the hinges, you probably don't want to see what's happening inside the office anyway. A broken application portal is a loud and clear warning about the culture you're trying to join. Your worth isn't determined by a text box that can't handle a copy paste. You're a creator, an expert, and a person who deserves a process that actually works. So, with that, I ask, what's the most ironic job requirement you've seen on a broken website? Let me know in the comments. And as always, stay lost, but remember, we stay together.